welcome to day 7 of Move the Mind. You've made it through the first week. Today we're going to be getting more into the hips, so grab 2 blocks and when you're ready come to an easy seated position, whatever that looks like for you. I like to sit up onto a block. You can bring both feet out in front as well. But just making sure you're comfortable. And then really finding your sitting bones, so finding that root, that connection to the ground. And then allowing the spine to grow long from here, maybe finding more space in between each vertebrae. Tucking the chin back slightly, inhaling the shoulders down and away from the back. Palms of the hands can be on the thighs for grounding, or you can turn the palms facing up to receive energy, whatever suits you today. I invite you to either close the eyes or lower the gaze. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And like this, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And I invite you to bring your attention, your awareness, to the very tip of the nose. Bringing all of your attention, your awareness, to the very tip of the nose. Noticing the texture of the air here, the temperature, how it feels against the very tip of the nose. And starting to become aware of the journey of the breath here. Starting at the tip of the nose, moving down through the nostril channels to the back of the throat, continuing its pathway to the very depths of the lungs, filling the lungs, maybe extending the belly, and the outward journey, the exhale from the very depths of the lungs to the back of the throat, all the way down the nostril channels to the very tip of the nose. Following this journey of the breath, watching the inhales and watching the exhales. So not forcing the breath here, just watching its journey. The act of breathing. Bringing that focus to the pattern of your breath. Maybe expanding that awareness outwards, taking in the sensations of the body. Becoming aware, watching the sensations of the body, noticing how you feel today, in mind, body and spirit. Becoming aware of these sensations, but not judging them. Just watching yourself as you sit here in time, as you sit here in space. A deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And opening the eyes with a soft gaze, coming off the block if that's where you've been. Rolling over the knees to find a tabletop pose. So finding our roots here and either keeping the knees down or stepping back to find plank. Oh hello, starting strong. Rooting in with the hands, elbows above shoulders, no, elbows below shoulders. And then almost launching yourself off the back toes. In fact, taking a few rocking moves from back to front. Just changing the weight within the body. before finding that point of stillness. Again, knees can be down here. You still get the benefits of the pose, keeping strong with the knees down. Inhale. And exhale, wherever you are, bringing that right knee down, right toes come off the mat, left foot plants parallel to the outer edge of the mat. Inhaling, the left arm lifts, finding a supported side plank. Inhale, gaze to thumbs. Exhale here. And inhale, bringing yourself up, hands out to a T. Exhale, bringing left hand down the left leg, right hand lifts. Inhale, gate pose. Exhale, bringing right hand back down to the mat, finding that supported side plank. Or if you do want to take full side plank, right foot to meet the left. Inhaling here, core is strong, gaze towards that top hand. Exhale, planting the left hand down, coming into high plank. Exhale, either knees down, or you can keep those knees lifted, coming through chaturanga. Inhale, finding upward dog or low cobra. Exhale, rolling over the toes, downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Maybe taking a deep bend in each knee, waking up the body. Finding that movement, finding what you need today before coming to that point of stillness. Inhale and exhale. Inhaling, that right leg lifts, bending the knee and opening the hip. And then you can either stay in this three-legged dog or maybe coming up onto the fingertips of the right foot as the right toes come behind you, extending into our wild thing, right arm away from the mat. I like to take my head in my hand here. Inhale. Exhale, if you've been in wild thing, coming back to that three-legged dog. Inhale, bringing knee towards the left tricep, planting the left foot down so it's parallel to the back out of the edge of the mat. Extending that right leg down. Inhale, left arm lifts, finding our fallen triangle. Really bringing the hips up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, slowly, slowly with control, lowering the hips to the ground, finding our wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, extending the chest. Exhale, maybe using the hands to walk the hands down, walk the chest down. Now you might not get very far with this one, but wherever you are, just finding a little bit of space in the body. Inhale. Exhale, walking yourself back up, planting hands, stepping back, finding that plank, either moving straight back into downward facing dog or making your way through that vinyasa. And then meeting in downward facing dog or taking a child's pose. Allowing the breath to calm down, allowing the nervous system to calm down, using this posture as a reset. Inhale and exhale. Inhaling. Oh, no. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, come high onto the balls of the feet, rippling forward, bringing the weight forward to find your high plank. Bringing that left knee down, turning the toes, so it's almost like a kickstand off the mat, stepping that right foot back, right foot is parallel to the outer edge of the mat. Inhale, finding your supported side plank. Exhale, and inhale, lifting the body up. Exhale, bringing the right hand down that right leg as the left arm goes skyward. Inhale, finding that gate pose. Exhale, bringing left hand back down, finding that supported side plank, or if you wish, sending that left foot back, finding full side plank. Hips are lifted. Inhale. Exhale, planting hands onto the mat, finding high plank. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, coming through your version of chaturanga, whatever that looks like today. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Other side. Inhale, the left leg lifts. And then bending at the knee and staying here, or if you do want to come over into that wild thing, slowly, slowly lifting the left toes. Oh, no, the left toes over as the left hand lifts. Again, I like to take my head in my hand here. Inhale, opening the hips to the sky. Exhale, coming back to meet everyone in that three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, bringing left knee to the left elbow. Left leg extends, pivoting that right foot so it's parallel to the outer edge of the mat. Inhale, right arm lifts, finding our fallen triangle, really pushing the hips up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, slowly with control, lowering down to find our wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, extending the chest. Exhale, walking the hands out in front. And again, if you just get a little bit of movement here, that's fine. This can take a long old time to get. You can also keep a bend in the knees here, just doing whatever you need to do to find the pose. Inhale, walking up, planting hands, and stepping back, finding that plank. Again, either coming to that downward dog or taking your vinyasa with control. Inhaling. Exhale, knees down, child's pose. Maybe just taking a roll of the forehead from side to side. Dynamic movement. Letting go of the flow. And when you're ready, meeting back in that downward facing dog. Inhaling, the right leg lifts. Exhale, high onto the ball of the left toes, bringing right knee to the nose, then planting right foot in between the palms, pivoting that back foot so it's parallel with the back outer edge of the mat. Inhale, windmilling, arms open, finding your Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Just for a breath, inhale, extending that right leg. Maybe just walking the feet in slightly, pivoting the toes so they're facing out. Oh, clicky hip. And inhaling, the arms lift. Exhale, bringing the hands through prayer, sinking the hips, finding our goddess pose. Tailbone tilting down towards the floor. Then bringing both hands to the thighs. Inhale, extending the chest. Exhale, bringing right shoulder towards the left knee. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, left shoulder to right knee. Inhale, center, right shoulder to left knee. Inhale, center, left shoulder to right knee. Inhale, coming back into center, straightening through the legs, turning the left toes up towards the top of the mat, right toes to the top of the mat. Inhaling, extending through both arms and leaning forward as far as you can, sending the hips back. Exhale, bringing right hand to the right shin. Left hand goes skyward, finding our Trikonasana. You can come to a block here. Gaze is up towards the left thumbs, but really finding that stretch all along the outside of the left body. Inhale, almost like you're pushing that top hand into someone else. And exhale. Inhale, turning the body down and bringing hands to blocks if need be, stepping that back foot in slightly. Inhale, lengthening through the chest. Exhale, hinging and folding, finding our pyramid pose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up halfway and lengthen. And depending on where you are, you can either bring that left hand to a brick on the inside or the outside of that right foot. Exhale here. Then inhale, opening the right arm towards the sky, finding our revolved triangle. I actually prefer to keep my hand on the sacrum here, so really making sure I'm squaring through the hips and really pressing that left hand down into the ground. Now, this is one of the hardest standing postures, just because there's so much going on here. Inhale, seeing if you can turn that chest towards the right side of the room. Exhale. Inhale, coming back into center, Stepping left toes back, stepping right toes back. Pausing in your high plank, and then either pushing straight back to downward facing dog or making your way through that vinyasa. Inhale, opening chest. Exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. Or taking a child's pose if that feels better for you today. And coming back to the breath, back to that reset, back to that pause. If you have been in child's pose, coming back up into our downward facing dog. Then inhaling, the left leg lifts, high, high, high on the ball of the right foot. Left knee to nose, planting left foot in between palms, pivoting that back foot so it's parallel to the back outer edge of the mat. Inhale, windmilling arms up, warrior two, just for a breath, using this pose as a transition. Inhale, straightening through the legs, turning both toes out towards the side of the room, inhaling arms up, exhale sinking into the hips, lowering down into our goddess squat. Tilting that tailbone down, keeping the hips square to the long edge of the mat. Then bringing hands to the thighs. Inhale, extending the chest. Exhale, left shoulder towards right knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, right shoulder towards left knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, left shoulder to right knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, right shoulder to left knee. Inhale, center. Then straightening through both legs, turning left toes to the top of the mat, right toes towards the top of the mat, and you're in a line here. Inhaling, arms lift, gaze towards front fingertips, and then it's as if someone is pulling your hand, you're leaning forward, reaching forward, hips are going back. Exhaling, left hand down as right hand lifts at 12 and 6 o'clock. You can bring a hand to the block, but really reaching up. It's not so much of a collapsing down, it's reaching up, engaging the waist. Inhale, sending that right hip. That is your right hip, yeah. Sending your right hip back. As you're reaching up, gaze up towards that thumb. If this is uncomfortable for the neck, keep the gaze on the big toe. Inhale. Exhale, bringing the right hand down, stepping that back foot in slightly, widening the stance so you're on train tracks. And we can come to blocks either side of the body. Inhale, extending the chest. Exhale, finding the fold, pyramid pose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Sending that right hip forward as that left hip goes back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming up halfway. And then you can either bring that right hand to the inside of the foot on a block or to the outside onto a block. I really would recommend using a brick here, pushing into the feet, really connecting with the outer edge of that back foot, pushing that right hand down, bringing the left hand to the sacrum as you start to spiral the chest towards the left side of the room. Now when you feel like you are getting that chest parallel to the side of the room, maybe extending the left arm up, maybe gaze follows thumbs. But there's an awful lot happening with this posture. So finding that stability, finding that grounding through the feet, and really feeling that strength in the legs, that stretch in the legs. Inhale and exhale. And final inhale here. Exhale, bringing both hands to the mat, stepping back either straight into downward facing dog or finding that vinyasa, our last vinyasa, pushing the hips back, downward facing dog. Inhaling the right leg up, exhale bringing the right knee to the right wrist. Right foot either comes in towards the hip or more towards parallel. If that right hip is tracking way away from the floor, bringing the block underneath it. Finding our pigeon pose. Inhale, extending the chest. Exhale, folding down over the leg. If you do have issue with the knees, or if that doesn't feel good at all, coming to lying on your back, bringing the right ankle over the left thigh and hugging the knee into the chest. Allowing the breath to slow down, allowing the mind to slow down. If you do want to spend longer in this pose, please pause the video and take as much time as you need. Otherwise, stepping back into that downward facing dog, taking any movements that feel good here, maybe a hip circle. Finding downward dog, then inhaling, the left leg lifts. Exhale high onto the ball of the right foot, bringing left knee towards the left wrist. That left foot tucks in towards the right knee, or can come more parallel. If you're finding the left hip is miles away from the floor, supporting yourself with that block. Once again, inhale, opening the chest, to exhale, fold over that front leg. If you took the figure 4 on the other side, just making sure you're doing the same on both sides. And sending the breath all the way into the hip region. Closing the eyes if you wish. And letting gravity do the work for us here. Releasing tension in the psoas. If you do wish to spend longer in this pose, again pause the video here. Otherwise, tucking those back toes under, stepping back into downward dog, and taking any movements that you need here to even out the body. And then in your own way, whichever way you please, coming to lying down on your back, hugging both knees into chest, taking a rock from side to side. Maybe coming through a cheeky little happy baby, extending one leg, extending the other, releasing the hips, bringing knees back into chest, taking a final squeeze of the body, squeeze, 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 and finally coming back to find our Shavasana, our final resting pose. Palms up towards the ceiling, rolling the shoulders underneath the body. Taking a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more like this, in through the nose, let, and out through the mouth, go. Allowing yourself this time for your nervous system to assimilate everything that we've just done. Really taking a reset of the day. And finally, just sending a moment of gratitude, a moment of thanks to yourself for showing up to practice today. And sending that gratitude, that thanks to your body for being able to practice today. If you do have more time, please feel free to stay in your Shavasana for however long you want. But I will leave you here. Namaste.